Yeah, so Lucasfilm Games is a thing.
That is a freaking thing, and that's what we're talking about, baby.
Yes. And what that means is
One of the things it
kind
means,
of similar to how they're doing it on the Marvel side. They're teaming up with other developers to create cool stuff.
So smart.
Now, we've had EA that has kind of had the license.
Yep.
And they've been making the Star Wars games. And then anybody that falls under EA. Obviously, we know EA owns Respawn, so like Respawn made a game. And then we had the people that made Battlefront and Battlefront 2.
the sub people.
The sub people, as some people have referred to them too.
Sorry.
Now we find out that Lucasfilm Games is partnering with Ubisoft and their sub people, Massive Entertainment.
Let's go.
So Massive Entertainment is the team behind The Division 2.
Yes.
And they have confirmed that they are developing an open world Star Wars game using the studio's Snowdrop engine, which is the same one they use on The Division 2. And that the director for The Division 2 is set to helm this new title, but it's so early on, like that's all they got.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they don't have a title, they don't have, or at least not that they're sharing. They probably have stuff working, you know, the sub people, they've been busy doing all kinds of stuff. But yeah, they are developing an open world Star Wars game. And so a lot of people thought like, okay, does this mean EA no longer has the license? EA did come out and make a statement and they said, hey, you know, we've been really happy to be partnered with Lucasfilm and be doing these Star Wars games. And we look forward to doing many more games in the future. So based on their statement, they're likely still doing stuff with EA. It's just that it's not exclusive to EA anymore, the license.
Yeah.
So now we're going to start seeing it branch off a bit, and we're going to start getting Star Wars games from multiple different sub-people.
So here's my question about Lucasfilm Games.
yes.
Who's that owned by? Disney?
Yes. It's owned by Disney.
So Disney has said, and not that I actually care about this, but like every piece of Star Wars since they've owned it will now be canon.
Yes. And they did come out and say that as well about these games.
So do you...
That they will continue that road.
Okay. So do you hope that in this game you're playing somebody on the side like in Fallen Order where you're like, I don't know where he exists in the universe? Or do you hope that you play one of the main people? Or do you just not, it's too hard to mess with any of the main people's stories, so just leave them alone. Don't ever play Luke. Don't ever play Leia. Don't ever play Han. Don't ever play, you know.
Yeah. To me, the only way that you can do it and do it with any kind of real justice to it is to play characters like in Jedi Fallen Order, where it's a person you didn't even know of.
Yeah.
I mean, you could potentially say, like, there are holes in the timelines where we don't know what's happening during this time. You could do something there.
Yep.
And if it's really well thought out and everything, it may work fine. I don't think you can't do it. But eventually, if you keep messing with that, there's just going to become so many like, okay, how do we tie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because there's already holes in the universe. So I guess they have that in their disposal. They'd be like, hey, there's already kind of some plot holes here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'd be better off sticking to new characters and then just plugging them in a timeline and be like, this is what was happening
Because
here.
what I think is, for an open world game, I totally agree with you. That it should be somebody on the side. You don't really know who they are. You know, maybe they can say he was a background in like one of the episodes. You know, it'd be just a nice little tie-in. But if they were able to do a linear, a la Last of Us with Luke, that could be, or with Han more than Luke, probably for me. I think that could be amazing down the road to fill in one of those gaps.
Like even with Marvel's Avengers, even though I know it's not possible to always have Robert Downey Jr. and always have them,
Right, yeah.
it's still weird that it's not. Like my brain is, it was really hard to make that leap. And I feel like if it's not Harrison Ford or if it's not Mark Hamill, you're going to get, it doesn't sound exactly like him. You know, it's kind of like how Kermit sounds weird now. It's like, that's not Kermit, And so I feel like you'd almost have to do something like Fallen Order where it's someone that's
on the side.
Otherwise, I don't know. I honestly don't care either way. I'd be interested. I'm down for whatever they do, but I'm just like, if you guys want to avoid a lot of hate,
Yeah,
Just
that's
be
the
careful.
truth. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's for sure.
I mean, to be honest, the Mandalorian could have been a perfect open world game. And that might still could be in the works because it's very popular.
I mean, they had one in the works at one point with that 1313 that was going to be a.
yeah.
I don't think it was Boba Fett, but I think it was tied around a Mandalorian or a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of assumed it was.
And honestly, I wouldn't mind doing a different bounty hunter too. Like you could do.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want to play as Bosk
Dengar.
or Dengar? You could be Dengar. That'd be pretty cool.
I say you go like the Division and you create your bounty hunter.
Whoa, wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
That should
Your own
happen in
little
this
alliance,
one.
your
And
own
whatever
little-
this,
oh, yeah,
whatever
like-
this
Yeah.
open world thing is, man, just create your own character and you start off as a janitor. And I don't need to have the Force personally. I actually don't.
No.
Yeah. No.
I don't want a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Cleaning
Yeah.
up that force poop as a janitor.
If you're going the bounty hunter route, yeah, it's probably better that you don't have that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I don't actually need a lightsaber either, but I
No.
wouldn't mind if two other people were fighting with lightsabers and I had to pick it up real quick and slice somebody with it.
Well, then,
I
yeah,
slice
then you
somebody
could,
with that lightsaber.